if we're going to be getting any matches. It might be that we just get like interviews and promos and things along those lines. So things are a little bit up in the air when it comes to NXT. When it comes to AEW, though, we know tonight is the night. We've been promised that tonight is the night that we will get the Exalted One. We will see the Exalted One. So, yeah, very much looking forward to seeing who that is going to be. I will laugh my socks off if it turns out to be Brandy Rhodes. But I don't think it is. I think it's going to be Brody Lee. And that's my guess. Of course, it could be Matt Hardy. I am expecting Matt Hardy to go to AEW, but I don't think it's going to be him. I think they'll want to give him his own thing, to be honest. I don't think they'll want to give him, like, the Exalted One character. So that's why I don't think it'll be him. But yes, very much looking forward to seeing whatever we've got coming up. I'm a little bit more excited for AEW than I am for NXT. As we said, the reports are that NXT this week is going to be interviews, video packages. I think there will be some like new stuff, but I can't quite tell what it is. So, yeah, again, we're going to have to wait and see. Let me jump into the chat. Hello, everyone is well. Do you know what? I never actually look on the Fight app as to what's coming up, and they've got quite a few different things coming up. So, let me change this over. AEW, there we go. Hello to Melissa. Hello to LSW. Hello to J14 and Luco Wrestles. Jackson, Turnbull and Rock Edge Dive. Shout out to all of you guys. We are just under an hour until AEW begins. What I'm going to just quickly do is have a look and see if there's a preview, because I haven't actually had chance to see if there is. Okay, tonight apparently we're going to get Lucha Bros versus Best Friends. We're going to get the reveal of the Exalted One. We're getting Inner Circle versus the Elite in 6-man action. The winners will receive an advantage for Blood and Guts on March 25th, but we don't know if that's happening. And then you've got Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy taking on Butcher and the Blade. Now, that is a preview that's been put up by Wrestling Inc. As of this morning. So that's not old information. So it looks like we are going to get some matches on AEW. It says tonight's episode will air live from the Daily's Place in Jacksonville. AEW moved from New York due to the coronavirus pandemic. There will be no live audience. No live audience for AEW, but we are getting Lucha Bros versus Best Friends. The Exalted One will be revealed. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy against Butcher and the Blade. And Inner Circle versus the Elite. Smoke Dog, hope you are well. Greetings to Hales Owen. Hope you are well. Wake Up Call. Hello, Team CB. Hope you are well, my friend. Days, I did one final wrestling show and broke my wrist. Glad I can relax and listen to you. By the way, the 3 Twisted Sisters is probably my favourite of your tweets at this point. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard the news, but me, Thunder Rosa, Holly Dead got together, and I was like, look, guys, let's get this sorted, yeah? Because I am the official NWA Cherub. I mean, if you didn't see yesterday's stream, then I honestly think you missed one of my all-time favourite streams. Yesterday's stream was, like, Hall of Fame worthy, because we thought we were going to get a show at a certain time. It then got pushed back for an hour, so we ended up just chatting for an hour. And then we had the NWA official account came in and was chatting with us throughout. I got called a cherub by the NWA. Then we also had Camille join us. We had the World Wrestling Champion. We had the NWA World Wrestling Champion. Nick Aldis joined us a few times. There was songs, tomfoolery. It was a lovely time was had by all. So, yeah, I absolutely loved it yesterday. And I'm very much looking forward to tonight as well. So we're going to have to see how it all pans out. We are going to stick around for Thunder Rosa's stream as well after. She always does a stream on a Wednesday night. So we'll stick around for that as well after AEW and NXT. But yeah, we've got together. We've sorted it out. And we're now going to be known as the Three Twisted Sisters. So there we go. I'm a twisted sister now. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a twisted sister. Days, will John Cena ever win the Intercontinental Championship? Maybe. I'm not sure if that's really a story that WWE are interested in telling. Like John Cena going after the IC belt. I think it's a nice match. It's something they can do at any time. Yeah, I could see it happening, but obviously no rumours of it, and who knows. See, Wrestling Days WrestleMania will be a 2-night event, confirmed by WWE on Twitter. What? Is that to make up for Takeover being cancelled, I'd imagine. God, this WrestleMania is getting absolutely butchered, isn't it? It's getting absolutely butchered. WrestleMania 36, thank you, C, for letting us know. 2 minutes ago, WrestleMania 36 is now going to be a 2-night presentation with Rob Gronkowski hosting the show of shows. Just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder. ... There we go. 2 freaking night event. WrestleMania 36. 2-night event. The 2020 edition of the Showcase of the Immortal. I swear, when it comes to breaking news, I'm telling you right now, everyone waits. Everyone waits for these streams. I swear, they wait for the streams to start and they're like, has he begun? Has he started? No, okay, just wait. Has he started? He started. Send. There we go. Breaking news. It always comes through whilst we're streaming. All right, WrestleMania 36 is set for an unprecedented 2-night WWE Network event with Rob Gronkowski to host. Well, isn't that exciting news? WrestleMania 36 is now... I've read that bit. The 2020 edition of the Showcase of the Immortals will make history as the first to span across multiple days. There's only 1 day. Earlier this week, it was announced that WrestleMania would emanate, nice word, from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, and only essential personnel will be on the closed set during production. Titles and legacies are on the line as WrestleMania 36 features a loaded slate of matches. Royal Rumble winner Drew McIntyre challenges Brock, Roman challenges Goldberg, blah, 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 blah. Gronkowski revealed the new format and his role as host on Twitter earlier today. The 3-time Super Bowl champ also promised more details on SmackDown this Friday. So, Rob Gronkowski says, it's official. I'm hosting WrestleMania. It's going to be too big for just one. Guys, it's too big. It's too big for one night. All them people. It's too big. It's got to be split across 2 nights. It's got to. We've never seen a WrestleMania this big before in front of a capacity crowd of no one. It's too big. It's got to be split. Vince, have you lost your mind? You can't hold it on one day. How will people cope with this on one day? It's gonna be split. It's going to be a 2-night event, Saturday, April 4th, Sunday, April 5th. We're going to tell you more on Smacky Down. Well, there we go. Oh, that's my weekend sorted. Logan McCall says, Days, do you know that NXT isn't doing any wrestling tonight? Crazy. Yes, I have heard that. Mega lols, isn't it? A wrestling show with no wrestling. I don't know. I don't know why they can't do wrestling. Perhaps NXT is too big. It's too big. It's too big for a Wednesday night. I find it very strange, the way that they have worded that. It's too big. All the Gronk fans are going to definitely be in attendance that night. Yes. All those Gronk fans will be in attendance. Thanks for letting us know, C. That is crazy. I mean, literally what I've just tweeted is how I feel. Just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder, any stranger, they find a way. Love the video of you opening stuff. I love the joy on your... I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know that this big box was coming, so yeah, it was crazy. Days Eurovision and Glastonbury have been cancelled. Yes, they have. I mean, this things are being moved and cancelled left, right, and Buffalo. So it's really cool that we're still getting these things, and I mean, brilliant that we're still going to get 2 events. As much as fun as it is to just watch WrestleMania this year descend into absolute madness, you do have to kind of take your hat off. I'm not gonna, but you do have to take your hat off to the fact that they are giving us as much content as they can. So you've got to applaud WWE for that. A 2-day event. That's going to help, isn't it, with the network sales, network subscribers. Now it's a whole weekend. You get both days, 2 days of WrestleMania. So, interesting. I sent you the Undertakes thing. Yeah, that was funny, Devin, yeah. That was funny. Why can't they run TakeOver on Saturday? I don't know. But they've had to cancel it. Perhaps the Performance Centre's booked. Perhaps there's like a 7-year-old party that's going to be taking place that day at the Performance Centre, or I don't know. Perhaps they got bingo that night. Perhaps the locals come round for a little bit of bingo, and it's like, we were going to do TakeOver, but F4's doing the bingo on that night. If only we'd known. I don't know. I don't know how they can do a 2-day WrestleMania. Do you know what? I wonder if they went up to Orlando. Joking aside, do you think they went up to Orlando and went, look, can we do WrestleMania in the Performance Center? It's gonna mean that we're gonna have like, I don't know, 50 wrestlers, 20 backstage personnel. We're gonna have to have referees, and you probably don't want us to do that, do you? You probably don't. I mean, we could postpone it, but you need to say that we've got to postpone it for insurance purposes. So you want us to postpone, yeah? Should we postpone? Sorry, what? Split it over 2 days? Yeah, we could do that, I suppose. Oh, God damn. I really think they wanted Orlando to go, no, you can't do it. And then they were going to postpone it. I wonder if Orlando turned around and went, why don't you just do it over 2 days? And they've gone, I've been outsmarted again. Jody Gilly says, you mean I've got to put up with Gronk's voice? I don't think I've ever heard Gronk's voice. For 2 nights. One was bad enough. Jody wants to... Hello! My name is Gronkowski! Welcome to WrestleMania! I don't know what he sounds like. I'm very excited. Mark Clark says, Days, so WrestleMania's just on the network and not on box office? I don't know. Look, dude. You know what I know. And I would imagine that it will still be on box office, to be honest. I'd imagine that your £20 will get you both days or something like that. I don't know. I thought we were in uncharted waters before. Now we're drowning. It's not just we're in uncharted waters. We're lost. We're in a dinghy just bobbing around going, I can't. It's crazy. Do you think maybe Vince was sat backstage like this? And he's just been sat and they've been like, Vince, you've got to make a decision. Are we leaving Tampa? And he's, give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Vince, come on, people need to know. Just give me a minute. Hang on. We're going to do it at the Performance Center. What? We're going to do it at the Performance Center. And it's going to be across 2 days. What are you on about, you crazy old man? What do you mean? You've lost your mind. I tell you, we need to get Linda away from this absolute maniac. He is an absolute maniac. I love him for it. I really do. Because what next? What next? What's coming next? Guys, WWE have sent a tweet. WrestleMania, all the wrestlers are going to have to wear fancy dress. So there we go. It's going to be at the Performance Center. It's going to be across 2 days. And everyone's got to wear fancy dress. So, wow. Amazing. Madness. Connor, shout out to you. Heydays, no college. Party. All the schools are getting cancelled. Everything's getting cancelled everywhere. Not WrestleMania. WrestleMania's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. There'll be another announcement. Guys, WrestleMania's it's a week-long event now. It's a week-long event. It was 1 day. Now it's 2. Now it's going for 7 days. And it's 24 hours. It doesn't stop. It's 24 hours for a week. I love this. Do you know what? As the world burns around, I feel like that guy sat at a table with the fires all around, going, "It's fine." Like that's how it feels right now. And right now you got all this craziness going on. All this and I tell you, I love it. I love it. I live for the madness. I live for the madness. Oh, God, it's so good. What next? What next, Justin? What next? Christopher Rogers says, is it going to be 2 days? Apparently, we've got Gronkowski everywhere. We've got, do you know what? Bad call. Bad WWE. Do you know who should be hosting WrestleMania? Do you know who I want to listen to for 2 days? R-Truth. R-Truth. You're going to have a 2-day WrestleMania and you're not going to make R-Truth the host. Have a word with yourself. Bringing in Rob, no one knows who he is, ski. Well, I think you lot do, but I don't. Jody says, I just read that WWE is going to lose 20 million in ticket sales and merch. Gronk is obnoxious, okay, and a former parrot. So that's why I dislike him. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money to lose on tickets and merch, and I don't know. When you look at the business side of things, you kind of it brings me down. Do you know what I mean? Because I know there's businesses struggling, and even though you might look at it and think, look, WWE are rolling in money, there ain't many companies that are gonna, be able to take a loss of 20 million. I don't know what that means for the long-term prospects. I mean, they're going to be all right. I'm not saying they're going to go out of business, but I don't know. Have they got to scale back on something? Do they have to change? Do they have to let some people go? Is this... I don't know. I'm just saying stuff out loud now, but is this good news for AEW? Are there going to be a few contracts that can't be renewed? I mean, WWE's tactic of signing everyone and having everyone under their control isn't sustainable anyway. Now they're going to lose 20-odd million thanks to WrestleMania being held in a bingo hall. This is madness. I don't know. I don't know what it all means. But this is what I keep saying about if you've got a favourite wrestler, make sure you're supporting them. We're going to stick around. We're going to watch Thunder Rosa after because she is one of my favourite wrestlers. And I know we've had our falling outs. We've had our issues, yeah? But I think there's always, deep down, been a respect. It's been hard to find. But, I mean, not from me, from her. But I think there is a respect there. And I genuinely do like her. I think she's one of the best wrestlers. And as you said, you've got to support the people you like. So we're going to stick around. We're going to watch her stream. We're going to help her with her watch time. She can't monetize her channel at the moment. So, we're going to do that. And also, I urge that you go out and you buy merch from like Pro Wrestling Tees, that NWA shirt. There's an NWA shirt that dropped yesterday that we were talking about quite a few times. I've ordered mine. Mine's on the way. It's done. So I would urge that you order yours as well. Days WrestleMania at the grandest gym of them all. Yes, from the grandest gymnasium in the world, WrestleMania. Day 1 and 2. Heard WrestleMania is going to be moved to June 7th. Well, look, this is what I heard as well, but clearly something's gone a little bit awry, because I don't know why you would announce a 2-day WrestleMania. Why would you announce a 2-day WrestleMania if your plan is to move it? Do you know what I mean? You're kind of digging yourself in even more. I understand announcing it at the Performance Center, but if your plan is to not do 2 days, why would you even throw that out there? I don't know. Unless it's to get people talking. Unless it's like really devious. And they've thrown it out there so that people start talking about a 2-day WrestleMania. And people are talking about that rather than the Exalted One. Maybe. I don't know. You've got to know that's what they want people talking about them, not AEW, not the Exalted One. What can we do to stop people talking about that? 2-day WrestleMania. Okay. Oh, tweet. I don't know. How do you know they won't repeat last year's WrestleMania over 2 nights? Yes. How do we know? We don't, do we? We don't. Enzo sold the story. The police were coming. AJ and Taker will be anywhere right around this area match. Yes. 2 days, that's stupid. Well, I don't know, to be honest. I've heard rumours of a 2-day WrestleMania for a long time. And Wrestle Kingdom this year actually did a 2-day WrestleMania. Part of me was a little surprised we didn't get a 2-day WrestleMania before. So, because Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom, that was across 2 days. And I really thought that they were going to do that because, of course, it's double the attendance. It's double the amount of merch you're going to sell, double the chances of getting subscribers, double the ticket sales. It's double. Like, you could do a 2-day WrestleMania. The 2-day Wrestle Kingdom this year was excellent. Both days, excellent. And then you could have 2 main events. So I don't mind. a 2-day WrestleMania, but the way it was worded was weird. So for some reason, it was all right to have it all in one stadium, but it's too big. It's too big to hold it in a performance center with no audience. Unless maybe it's something to do with the crowd sizes. Perhaps Orlando have said you can do it, but it's got to be across 2 days. I tell you, the amount of documentaries that are going to be about this is unfathomable. You're sick of hearing about the Montreal screw job. That's going to be nothing compared to this. I was thinking about this. I bet there's people at home self-isolating, writing Hollywood blockbuster film scripts right now. Coronavirus, the film, is definitely coming. It's definitely coming. Coronavirus documentaries, coronavirus films, documentaries about WrestleMania 36. What went on? The real secrets behind the scenes. You're going to hear about it all. You're going to be sick to death about it all. So I think you're going to hear the word coronavirus for a long time to come. A long, long time to come. Like us here in the UK, it was Brexit. Now it's coronavirus. It's going to be that way for a long, long time. But look, anyone that manages to still give us content is, all right by me. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciated what the NWA did for us yesterday. The fact that they were able to give us a pay-per-view. A pay-per-view that you can buy on DVD, that you can actually get from, I think you can get it from Fight. It's something you had to buy at the time, and they chuck it onto YouTube. The whole thing, not just matches or not just highlights, the whole show chucked onto YouTube for you to watch and enjoy. Main event was Nick Aldis against Cody Rhodes, and it's brilliant. Yeah, really, as I said yesterday, I think will go down in the Hall of Fame of streams. Really had a great time. So, as much laughter as there is around about this news, I do think that WWE are to be applauded at the fact that they're not just cancelling it and that's it. Vape Ross Vape says, let's just hope it has a happy ending. Yes, you're right. You're right. I would pay $89.99 to watch that film. Coronavirus the movie is defo being made in Hollywood. Yes, honestly, and there'll be a Bollywood one as well. Oh, this kind of, you know what I mean? Ooh. There's going to be a Bollywood version. There's going to be a stage theatre version. There's going to be a big Hollywood blockbuster version. Any kind of version that you can imagine. There'll be documentaries. There's going to be everything. You're going to be sick of it. What matches do you think will headline each night? I think they'll... I could see them doing... Well, part of me thinks they should do a women's match and a men's match for, equality and all that kind of thing. But to be honest, I don't think Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte is that big. Because it's for the NXT title. And I can't see that headlining. Shayna Becky, I think, stands a better chance. I could see Shayna Becky headlining. But I gotta be honest, I think John Cena versus The Fiend is bigger. I think there's more interest in John Cena versus The Fiend. And that's not even a title match. So I think you've got to look at John Cena versus Fiend. I think you've got to look at Roman versus Goldberg. And I think you've got to look at Drew versus... Brock Lesnar. Brock surely headlines one of those days. Surely. You can't have a 2-day WrestleMania and not have Brock Lesnar headlining one of them. So I think Brock headlines one. I've always felt that Drew versus Brock would be the last match for WrestleMania. So I think that would headline day 2. Maybe Goldberg Roman. Or maybe Cena Fiend. And there's an absolute outside chance Shayna versus whoever Shayna's versus him. The other one, Becky. Your thoughts on Jim Cornette as leader of the Dark Order? Do you know what? I would say not happening, but I said not happening to The Fiend losing to Goldberg. I was like, it's not happening. There's no rumours that Goldberg's sticking around, and even if he is, the rumours are he's going to be facing Roman, and I don't see that being for the title. And, well, lol. There we go. So I'm not going to say not happening, but I'll give it a 1% at best chance. Days, the highlight of my day. I'm at the show I worked where I won the IC title. There, I broke my wrist. Don't need to relinquish because you're not allowed to work for 2.5 weeks. Days, OMG, they made Mania 2 days. I hate this idea because I'm going to have to stay up for 2 nights in a row. Yeah, I can understand that. Although, saying that, Saturday night into Sunday... Plus, no one's going to be doing anything anyway. Everyone's off. Everything's in lockdown. Like, if ever you're going to do a 2-day WrestleMania, this is probably the year to do it. I mean, in all fairness, it's quite clever because, it's a case that you are giving people extra content, an extra WrestleMania. That's how they'll sell it. An extra day, an extra WrestleMania. At a time where there's no baseball, there's no American football, there's no basketball, there's loads of cancellations, there's loads of stuff going on. So I kind of feel that it's not the worst idea to do it at this time. It's just not the approach I think I would have taken at the Performance Center. But look, they know what they're doing. Shout out to Benjamin. Days, do you agree Undertaker is ruining his legacy? No, I don't think so. I think that this is probably something that needed to happen. I think that he had gone a little stale. I think still having him coming down and walking down, his entrance is still awesome, but it's got to be addressed. We can all see that his matches are not where they were. Of course they're not. He's getting older. So him now coming down and starting to act a little bit more like Mark Calloway, I think is great. I don't think it's ruining his legacy at all. I think that this is a little bit of realism that character needs right now, because you can't still make out that he's the dead man and he's the Undertaker and he's the Phenom and he's untouchable when his match quality has declined so drastically. So you can't be saying this guy is, the dead man, untouchable, is the Phenom, but here's his match, and we hope it's going to go well. I think you've got to address the fact that he's getting older. You've got to be honest about it. And so no, I don't think it's damaging his legacy. And I think AJ is going to get the best match out of the Undertaker that he can. Vince Voice saying 2 days WrestleMania. We're gonna do a 2-day WrestleMania. Drew versus Brock should be the main event of night 1. Goldberg versus Roman on night 2. Yep, that would make sense. You could also throw Undertaker AJ in the mix as well. I think Undertaker versus AJ would be an alright shout. Days breaking news, little Jimmy and his family are going to be at WrestleMania. Well, they have been at Raw, SmackDown, and I'm expecting them at NXT tonight as well. WrestleMania 36 is so like Wrestle Kingdom in New Japan. Yeah, it's going to be split over 2 days. Obviously, it's not... Wrestle Kingdom wasn't in front of an empty crowd. That's the big difference. Humanize Undertaker before the Hall of Fame induction. Let him do that big exclusive story on the Hall of Fame stage. Nice. I like that, see. Austin316 says, I want to see the Fiend main event one of the nights, but I think it'll be Drew versus Brock, and then it'll be Roman versus Goldberg. Ben Russell said... Rock Edge Dive says, what about a Dollywood version? A Dollywood version? I want to see Dolly Parton in the main role, of the coronavirus. Not as the coronavirus itself, but, as like the leading scientist that has to try and bring it down. I need that film. I need a Dollywood version of the coronavirus, the movie. Days, I think the women should main event night 1 and the men should main event night 2. Yeah, I mean, I get that for, like, equality purposes, but I think forget about people's, gender. Take that out of the window. Just look at the matches. What are the 2 biggest matches? What are the 2 biggest matches that I think people are buzzing about the most? You could argue Edge Orton, thinking about it, It's not for a title, and I've got to be honest, I don't like non-title matches main eventing, but I think the match that's had the best build has been Orton versus Edge. So you could do night 1 Orton versus Edge, and I do think that night 2 should be a title, and then you've just got to look at the titles, and I would do Brock Drew. I think Brock versus Drew. I think Drew winning the Rumble, the Royal Rumble winner, main events WrestleMania. So it should be that. The alternative would be, if you wanted to do a women's match, as we said, you'd have to be doing Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, or Shayna, Becky, and I don't think they're as good. Whew. Did you hear that WrestleMania is a 2-day event? Yes. What does the new announcement about WrestleMania mean? It means that it's going to be on 2 days. Should mean that it's short as well. So rather than it being a 6-hour show or something, it'll be 2 nights of 3 hours or something like that, so I'll have to wait and see. Dave CM Punk said he would return if they gave him the right character and the right rival. He's been saying that for a long time. A long time he said that. He said he would come back depending on how big the bag was. Not that he's a fan of bags, but he's a fan of money and what would be in the bag. If it's a big bag of money, he's said for a long time that he would come back. Apparently, he claims that they've been begging him. He claims that WWE have been begging him, but clearly something's not right. Clearly the bag's not big enough, or the plans they've got aren't quite right. Days, do an impression of Edge's reaction to facing Randy with no crowd. My Edge reaction. Like that. That's Edge. That was Edge at the Royal Rumble. He was so pumped. He was so pumped. It was like he'd just had a whole bag of sugar and he was buzzing. On this day. Do love Edge. Eric Haberman says, Days, I just ordered that power shirt. Well done, Eric. You little legend. I guess you can ignore my DM because I sent you an announcement that it was on 2 nights. No worries, dude. Sunny Wolf has eaten between 6 and 7 cookies. She's not quite sure, but shout out to her. JS17 says, Days, 2-night Mania is going to be on at the same time both nights. Cool. JJB Gaming, shout out to you, buddy. Insert fake crowd noises. Yeah, it's going to be strange. I do think that they can make it work. I've actually recorded a video as to how I think they could make it work. I was going to upload it, but obviously I'm glad I didn't now because with the news that it's spread across 2 days, then I'll re-record it. But I think there's some things that they need to do. One of the things I said was that R-Truth should be the host. I think R-Truth being all over WrestleMania in a hosting role, doing the backstage interviews, going over to the green room, you know, just kind of putting himself about. He is the funniest person on their roster. And having him, in between the matches, I think would be really good. Obviously, we know that's not going to happen now because it's Rob Gronkowski, who is going to be bringing all of his presenting experience, all of that experience that we know and love Rob Gronkowski for. You know, Rob Gronkowski that's going to be able to really carry this show. No audience, but don't worry, because we're in the safe hands of Rob Gronkowski. And he is going to be able to carry us from match to match, from segment to segment. He's going to give us those little insights that we all crave. He's going to bring forward that sparkle in personality. It's going to keep us on the edge of our seats. We're going to be rolling on the floors with laughter. Maybe he is. I don't know. Personally, I would have gone with R-Truth. So I do think that that's a little bit strange. I'm sure there's Rob Gronkowski fans out there. Shout out to all 5 of you, but I wouldn't have gone that way. I would have had him, come out and wave and then go again. Has he won the Super Bowl? Have him come out and show the Super Bowl ring like this. And then have him leave again. That's how I would have used him. Vape Ross Vape says, Rob Gronkowski, boo, boo, boo. Days, will the 2 nights of Mania be the same time? I don't know. I would imagine so. I can't imagine they're going to do one at 7 in the morning and one at 7 at night. I think it'll probably be around about 7 o'clock Eastern time both days. Probably run for 3-4 hours each night, but that's just me speculating. Eric Haberman says, we need 2 pirate ships now. No, they're going to use the same pirate ship. You don't have one pirate ship and then you just burn it after the Saturday and bring in a brand new pirate ship. You don't need 2 pirate ships. Come on. Think logically, Eric. You don't need 2 performance centers. You can still use the same one. You don't need 2 rings. You don't need 2 pirate ships. You don't need 2 entrance stages. Days, I've got my coffee. I am ready. What do you think about Brett's comments about Goldberg? I think Brett doesn't care. I think Brett's telling his truth. If that's how he feels, what does he care? If he bumps into Goldberg, Brett's the kind of person that will say it to his face. He says that Goldberg was really unprofessional and injured a lot of people. And if that's true, or what he feels, then no. Do you know what? I think it's quite refreshing to get someone being honest. Do you know what I mean? He could quite easily have not said that. But he wanted to say that, so... And Bret Hart is not someone that's ever going to be silenced. So I watched that Broken Skull Sessions with Bret Hart, and I thought it was excellent. Really, really, really enjoyed it. If you've not seen it, check it out. And I'll tell you what else was good. I watched the Brock Lesnar Ruthless Aggression. That was excellent as well. Really, really interesting. Lots of behind-the-scenes footage. Both shows, excellent. They do those documentaries very well. The coronavirus one is going to be insane. Days in honor of Goldberg, coronavirus. You're next. Good evening, Insiders Wrestling Podcast. This is our first stream since Monday for WWE. Obviously, I don't know why I keep clapping and stopping. I'm not going to bother. But anyway, well done, Insiders Wrestling Podcast. Your debut was lovely. And if you've listened to the podcast, please send them thoughts. If you are at home and you're like, I don't know what to do, check that out. Go to the Insiders Wrestling Podcast. It's the community podcast. I know that episode 1 was not rushed, but there was a few technical problems and definitely things. Talking to Jeff, talking to Joe, they've been saying, look, there's a few things we want to tweak. Definitely the feedback we've had has been overwhelmingly positive, but we can see there's things that we want to tweak and we want to change. And, the more you send, the better chance you've got of featuring. If you send them 20 thoughts, 20 opinions, pictures, all this kind of stuff, the more that you send over to them, the better chance you've got of being mentioned, being featured. You could be on the screen. You could get mentioned in the actual podcast. So bombard them. Absolutely Don't send one thing. Send a million. Yeah, if you're literally sitting there twiddling your thumbs, send stuff over to them. I thought that first one was excellent. Next week's is on Monday. It's on Monday every single week. And, some shout outs for you guys. Some of your tweets got featured and it's really good. Really good stuff. Day's Linda McMahon getting tombstoned by Kane was the greatest segment ever. So do an impression of Linda getting... How do you want me to do an impression of Linda getting tombstoned by Kane? How do you want me to do that? I can't. Do you know what I mean? Let's try it. I know the world is going crazy, but let's try and stay in the realms of possibility here, people. They might add some more NXT matches to WrestleMania. Well, look, to be honest, I don't think WrestleMania needs to go 5 hours on both days. I really don't. Maybe they will add NXT matches. You could be right. Maybe with the lack of a takeover, that's what they're going to do. They're going to put NXT, they're going to make it this 2-day big mega show. So yes, you could absolutely be right. I would have thought that it would have been better to have kept it down to 3 hours on both days rather than both shows still going 5 hours, but let's see. I love the clip of Days begging Thunder Rosa not to beat him up. I wouldn't say begging. I feel like begging's a little bit far. I feel it was a request. It was a simple request more than begging. I feel like I'm more comfortable with that. Days WrestleMania has got to be split into 2 days because they can only have so many people on set at one time. Yeah, I honestly think what they were hoping for is they were hoping that Orlando would turn around and say, no, you can't do that. There's no way you can do that. You've got to postpone. You've got to postpone. Because the rumor is that WWE tried to put the show on in Tampa, and Tampa said no. Right? So now they're trying to do it in Orlando, hoping that Orlando say no. Because if Orlando say no, then they've gotten... That's it. We tried to do it here, they won't let us. We tried to do it there, they won't let us. We've got to postpone. And if it's not their fault, then they can claim the insurance. So this might be to do with insurance. What tonight's development might be is they might have gone to Orlando and said, can we do WrestleMania in our little gym? And Orlando have gone, yeah, fine, but you've just got to do it across 2 days. And Vince has gone, wasn't really expecting that answer. You know when you said yes, did you mean no? Are you sure you didn't mean no? I think you meant no, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you meant no. I think you meant no, you've got to postpone it. That's what you meant, yeah? No, you can do it. You can do it. But it's just got to be across 2 days. And so now here we are. WrestleMania. 2-day WrestleMania. And actually, I don't know what they do now. I don't know what they do. I don't know what cards they've got left to play. So it might be that the postponing WrestleMania thing's off the table now. I don't know. I don't know. Days, who the heck is the Exalted One? We'll find out tonight, but I think it is going to be Brody Lee. Do a Paige impression. I'm not doing impressions! Linda McMahon is old as hell. Love and prosperity. I don't think you're living up to your username, right? With Linda McMahon is old as hell. You take that back. You take that. That's my future wife you're talking about. Monster Truck Bray versus John Cena. Main event for the second night. No way. I don't see that main eventing. Maybe the first night, but not the second night. There's no title involved. I feel like a title should always main event, and that feud has literally just been The Fiend going up to John Cena going, that's it. That's the feud. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's a bit more to Orton and Edge other than... And a great promo, in all fairness. Anna Dawes says, Days, I found out today that if work goes on lockdown, some of the staff have to stay there to keep coming and going to minimum guests who's on that list. No way, dude. That is moody. Yeah, I mean, look, they closed the schools here in the UK, but some kids have still got to go. If your parents work in our health service, if your mom or dad is a nurse, if your mom or dad is a delivery driver, if your mom and dad like do a job that is essential, then you've still got to go to school, because we don't want them to not go to work to have to look after those kids. So that's what's been announced here in the UK. So you probably got a load of kids that are like hoping their parents haven't got essential jobs. Just like, oh. Like, if your mum and dad's, like, sadly unemployed, like, you don't need to go to school. Isn't it? What a weird world. What a weird world that we're living in. How strange. You've got to go to school because your mum's a nurse. What? What do you mean? You've got to go to school because your mum's a nurse. Okay. Eric Haberman says, Days, they should use that monster truck. Virginia Giant. I don't know it, Eric Harriman. And I really don't want to be searching for... Oh, hang on. I read Virginia, but I'm reading it now, and it's worse than I feared. So I'm definitely not Googling that. Normally I would go, hey, Google, but I ain't searching that, Eric Haberman. I am... Oh, look, it woke up when I said it. Hello, I'm your Google assistant. Do not search for that. Do not search for that. Days, my school is shut down till September. The Insiders Wrestling Podcast. When is the next podcast? I can answer that. Monday. No, there's no crowd. No crowd at AEW. No crowd at WWE. Right, I've got to very, very quickly run over there because I have successfully managed to set this stream up without actually plugging my laptop into a power source. So I'm sitting here noticing that we are literally streaming on battery right now. So if this battery goes, the stream will die. No one wants that. You don't want that. I don't want that. So give me a moment to grab the charger, plug it in, and then I'll be back. Like 2 seconds. Yeah, give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds! I'm still here! I haven't gone anywhere. Ah! I'm still here. Okay, hang on. There we go. Hello. Huskus, the PIG. There we go. Right, we're back. Thank you for your patience and your understanding and your love. Wrestling Days, say I'm John Cena. I'm John Cena. John Cena! Right, there we go. We are good to go. There is power, I tell you, coming in now. Woo! I've been sat here for about 10-15 minutes going, It's gonna die. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. But we're all good. And we're down to a 10-second countdown now, my friends. 10-second countdown. Right. Whew. Daisy's on a beer run. Yeah, we were doing that yesterday as well. We was having a little... Do you know what? We kicked back yesterday. We had a few beers. We had a few drinks. Days, where is your NXT UK title? I don't have one. I've got a couple. I got one. Where is it, actually? I got one that was made for me. I don't know where it is. It's a cardboard one, and it is genuinely really impressive. It was made by a great YouTuber. I haven't been on a channel in a while, actually, called Art by Icewee. She's brilliant. She makes loads of, like, cardboard belts. In fact, if you're watching and you're quite young and you fancy doing a bit of arts and crafts, check out her channel. She makes belts, and she can show you how to make them. So she's done, like, the 24/7 belt and all this kind of stuff. And she made me... I'm still looking for it, and I can't see it. She made me the UK belt. Genuine... Oh, it's here. It's here. How great is this? How great is this? A lot of you will have seen it before. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. It's freaking awesome. That is her channel, Art by Icewee. And there we go. And she made me that, like, 2017. Like, you're going back about 3 years now I've had this. And it's absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, absolutely love that. So I've got that version. And then I do have a kid's belt that was sent to me by Wrestling Shop. And it's signed by Tyler Bate. So I've got that. You should always see it in the background of the figure videos. It's up top. So I've got that. But yeah, they've got a version now, like a proper replica, and it's around the £200 mark, and I'm really, really tempted by it. But who's got £200 right now to be spending on belts? Certainly not me. So yeah, it's on the watch list. Let's put it that way. If you are watching as well and you're not subscribed to the channel, first of all, welcome. It's brilliant to always have new people joining us. We're here every Monday for Raw, every Tuesday for NWA, every Wednesday for NXT and AEW, every Friday for SmackDown. We do normally do UFC, but there's no UFC shows. They've been cancelled, so super sad about that. I don't know what I'm going to do, actually, at the weekend, thinking about it. Obviously, like, as these cancellations and these shows get cancelled, I'm going to have to start thinking about other things to do on the channel, so we'll have to see. But we could maybe do some other live streams or things like that. But again, get your thoughts into the Insiders podcast. It'd be very interesting to know what people would like to do. I've always asked for feedback, like, say, in the comment section and stuff like that. But if you do have ideas for backgrounds, or you've got ideas for future streams or things that you'd like to tweak or change, send it to the Insiders. Send it into the Insiders, because they can talk about your thoughts on the podcast, or they can, you know, if there's a lot of people saying the same thing, they can ping that information over to me, or they could send a tweet out about it and go, what do you guys think about this? And yeah, I really want to include them in the conversation. Let's see what people are saying. Daisy's Funhouse. That would be fun. This might be the best thing ever for WWE that they could do with a Bray Wyatt Fiend feud along with so much of the filming. Yeah, they could do a lot of Firefly Funhouse stuff, because you don't need a lot of people for that. You just need the puppeteers, and you need Bray and, like, a cameraman. So I feel like Firefly Funhouse segments should be pretty straightforward to do. So, I don't know. Hopefully that's what he's doing right now. And they could really be putting some very fun stuff together for his feud with John Cena. I completely agree. TikTok. I never go on it. I have no idea how you use it, or how I would use it, or anything. Dace, does the Elite versus Inner Circle remind you of Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, James Storm, and Bobby Roode versus Ric Flair, Ray, Matt Hardy, and Abyss at Lethal Lockdown? No, Mark, because I've never watched TNA. So I've never seen that match. So that it doesn't remind me of that. But there we go. If you're saying that it's very similar to that, I believe you. Days, my school is off for 5 weeks, says JS17. Jealous. Alex says, Days, I'm locked out. Let me in. I thought you said I was in lockdown. I was like, there's rumours that the UK, now this is just a rumour. I am not saying this to cause panic, okay? This is a rumour. I don't know where this rumour's come from. You know how people are just saying stuff online, but there's a rumour going around that the UK could be in lockdown this weekend. I don't know how true that is. I don't know what source it's come from. I've just seen several different people talking about it. They've probably been talking about it every single day. So, yeah, lockdowns could be coming, you know. I mean, I think the UK jumped up in, like, cases and things like that today. I think the UK's not got it totally under control at the moment. So they're talking about closing schools, and you'd have to think a lockdown is on the way because that's what Italy did. Italy did a lockdown to try and control it, so it could be that the UK do that. Could be that the US do that if it spirals for you guys. But yeah, scary times, but nothing to worry about. We're all in the same boat. Days, it will be a shame if Taker retired at this WrestleMania without a crowd. I just don't think he would. I just don't think he would, to be honest. I think even if it was the plan, it's not going to happen now. Hello, Imtiaz. Hope you are well, buddy. Puppets surrounding the ring for Cena versus Fiend. Is this considered social distancing? Yes. That's what I should call them. They're not watch-alongs. They're social distancing events. That's what this is. Welcome to the first official social distancing extravaganza. That's what we're doing. Do you think we'll get Killer Cross tonight? Maybe. Maybe. Apparently there's no matches, but I could see them. They're going to want to do something. They're going to want to do something to make sure you're not talking about AEW. So I could see them giving you Killer Cross or giving you something like that, yes. There are more than 30 people in this room, in this chat. It's not safe. That's right. Well, as long as we're all spaced out, then we should be okay. Days, what is your favourite NXT superstar theme song of all time? I couldn't answer all time, but I really do love Bianca Belair's, and I really liked Dakota Kai's before it changed, when Dakota Kai was a face. I really love that song. So I love those two. I thought Matt Riddle's is very good. Aleister Black's is very good. Undisputed Era is very good. So there's been quite a few, but those are the ones that come to mind first of all. Tony Storm should be NXT UK champion, says Toy Universe. Days, did you hear that John Cena is down to have a street fight versus The Fiend at Hooters? I did. Well, I didn't hear that he was up for that, but I heard that it was proposed. So, Days, I just got UFC 3. When is the next UFC stream? Probably looking around middle of April. At the moment, the next UFC stream is going to be one of the biggest UFC fights of all time. I'm not just saying that. If you know anything about UFC, you know that I'm telling the truth. Khabib versus Ferguson. Khabib versus Ferguson. That is one of the biggest UFC fights of all time. Khabib undefeated. He beat Conor McGregor in 2018. So he came off that big win. He's beaten Poirier since then. He's still undefeated. He's the champion as well. The only person that we think might be able to do it is Tony Ferguson. And this fight has been made and cancelled 4 times, I think. 3 or 4 times. For different reasons. Finally, we're on the verge of finally getting this match. And it might get cancelled again because of the coronavirus. It's cursed. This fight is cursed. But Dana White assures us it's going to happen. If it does, one of the biggest UFC fights of all time. My heart wants Ferguson. My head says Khabib. And that's, I think, the middle of April, so about 4 weeks away. Days, we've currently got 187 cases in the Philippines. Sonny Wolf Says, sources close to me say pay attention to AEW. Well, I can tell you, my friend, we're going to be paying attention to both. AEW has started. We got Cody in the ring. So Cody says you can really put into perspective how small we all are. But how big and important this... Okay, what are you going to ask, mate? Yeah. He says, I'm going to ask 3 of the best in the world to put aside their petty differences. It's good promo from Cody. He says we need to stand together. It means standing at a distance. So, look out to completely empty. I like the way they've done the lights. It's completely dark apart from the ring, which I think is right. You don't need to draw attention to the fact that there's no crowd there. And actually, without a crowd, just watching some real wrestling, it could be some of the most interesting matches you ever see. So, Cody says, other than Tony Khan, we might be one of the biggest reasons as to why AEW even exists. Over on NXT, we're in a CGI studio. We got Tom Phillips and Triple H. They're gonna sit down with Rhea Ripley. I gotta be honest. I think that Cody's doing a great job here with this promo. Cody is without doubt the biggest babyface in AEW. Okay, so he's talking directly to Hangman now, Cody. He says, I need you to get over this problem. Be a difference maker. We're just having a look at the Performance Center. We've got some interesting footage being shown of Tommaso Ciampa, I think, when he first arrived. And there's Johnny Gargano when he first arrived as well. So NXT are going to show you some like behind-the-scenes training stuff. Over on AEW, we've still got Cody. Doing a brilliant promo. He just said to Hangman, I understand that you don't want to be a bridesmaid. That's good, because this isn't a wedding. Brilliant line. Brilliant line. Triple H versus Tom Phillips. No. Look, read it. And Tom Phillips. Yeah. Although I'd be down for that match. Whew! That's how you start NXT. I want to see the moment they tell Tom Phillips he's having a match against Triple H. Right, here is Kenny and Matt Jackson, not Hardy. Cody giving the microphone to Kenny. He says, here we are, just friends talking to friends. Days with Keith Lee attacking Dominik Dijakovic last week. Was that heel turn? No, because the way it was presented was that he didn't really know who had attacked him. So, This is great storytelling from AEW. Kenny says, I want to go out the way we came in. And that's as the Elite. Okay, so Matt might have a bit of an issue here. He's like, look, I love what you guys are saying. Sensing a but. It's weird, isn't it? On AEW right now, we've got the implosion of the Elite. On NXT right now, we've got interviews with Ciampa and Gargano and their brotherhood imploding. Yeah, Cruiserweight Classic, they faced each other. That was such a great show. Right, here comes old Drinky McGrew. He's got a Dixie Chicks shirt on. Dixie Chicks. That's a great shirt. I mean, I don't know much about the Dixie Chicks, apart from they're from Dixie and they're chicks, but... Adam looks like Adam Cole. Shout out to famous KJ Carter. What have I missed on AEW? Elite promo. They're asking Hangman, are you going to stand with us? Cody, Kenny, Matt Jackson says, are you going to stand with us? And Hangman lifts up a whiskey, says yes, but walks away. So there we go. I'm talking to an arena full of nobody. It's hard to feel your energy, says Kenny. Over on NXT, it is just a video package, a history of Johnny and Tommaso. That was such a great match. If you've not seen that Cruiserweight Classic match, you've got to search it out. It's brilliant. Don't forget as well, we are going to be sticking around after these shows, going to the Thunder Rosa live stream, see what Shagirl is saying. So Kenny says, hit the lights, hit the pyro, let's start Dynamite. He looks very sad. Even with it going off, he's still a bit like glum. Cody and Matt applauding. Eric Haberman says, it's a good promo to start AEW. I agree. Jim Ross, Excalibur, Taz, they're there. We're here to entertain you tonight. Very strange. Right, Jurassic Express taking on Butcher and the Blade. We've got that coming up. I got to tell you, people in the Fight chat room on Fight TV are loving that open from AEW. They're saying awesome. They're saying incredible. Absolutely loving it. Let me know what you thought. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy that open from AEW? I appreciate the fact that we're not watching, like, clips. We've just had, like, you know, a really good promo, and now they're telling us all the matches that are going to be coming up, whereas over on NXT, it's a lot of clips of matches and things we've seen before. The Dixie Chicks were blacklisted from radio stations for criticising George Bush over the invasion of Iraq. Wow, okay. Do you know what? It's funny you should say that. I think I've got a documentary on it. I love documentaries. I'm a big fan of documentaries, and I'm sure there's one that's called Shut Up and Sing. I think there's one called Shut Up and Sing. And now you've mentioned that, I think I've got it, and I think I've seen it. Yeah, Shut Up and Sing. I don't know. It might not be in here. Anyway. Talking about the Dixie Chicks is not something I was expecting tonight, but here we are. The UK Fight TV mobile app isn't working. Luckily, I'm watching it on PS4. I've got it on like a second, very cheap laptop. Did the Elite do a promo? Yes. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. I thought it was an excellent promo from them. And I think what NXT's doing as well is very good, like nice character development, looking at the history between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, but it's a story that we know. Like, I would like to know more about some wrestlers I don't know. Like, give me the backstory on Damian Priest. Give me the backstory on Kushida. Anyway, MJF is at ringside with Tony. MJF says, I saw the winner's purse for tonight and it wasn't great. So he's not going to wrestle tonight. Hey? So, MJF and Shawn Spears are apparently going to be gambling on the matches. They're going to be sat at ringside gambling. What is Shawn Spears doing? He very, very slowly got to his feet then. He was kind of hovering for a little bit. Brandy Rhodes in the ring. Is she going to do ring announcing? Oh, she's going back to her first love. Brandy Rhodes doing ring announcing. You never lose it. It's like riding a bike. She's very good at it, actually. Orange Cassidy! Orange Cassidy's there. Right, best friends are here. Brandy ring announcing, yeah. Got just a few of the talent watching. Is Orange Cassidy going to talk? Orange Cassidy's on commentary? I bet he doesn't say a word. A soundbite machine. Freshly squeezed. Orange Cassidy goes over to the commentary area. Brilliant. Alright, is it against the Lucha Bros? We are at commercial break on NXT. Brilliant. Orange Cassidy doing commentary. Gotta live for that, ain't you? What's happening at Linda Mania? Boom. That intro to AEW was decent, says Tom. I agree. Very smart by AEW, having the hard cam facing the stage. Excellent point. I like how the Super starts you're watching the matches in AEW. There's Linda McMahon versus God that Vince introduced in 2000 at Linda Mania. It's going to be a big match, buddy. Death Triangle. It's Lucha Bros, I think. Pac's not out there. Days, did you hear that WrestleMania is now a 2-night event? Yes. Freshly squeezed. And he's really given us some great insight already. Really helped us get into the minds of the best friends. By not saying a word. Days, they should show all of the Funhouse episodes. They're all on YouTube, bud, if you want to watch them. I'm looking for new content from NXT, and they have given us some sit-down interview stuff with Tommaso and Johnny, but I think AEW are showing you what is achievable. You know, you kind of look at this and go, okay, how have they not gone to a video package? How are they giving us matches? How have they given us that great promo? Yet NXT are struggling. What's happening here? Why have we got this and that? So AEW absolutely destroying NXT tonight for me by giving us wrestling. AEW. Where are my bros? Love MJF in the audience. Well, there we go. We do have MJF in the audience betting on the matches with Shawn Spears. MJF in the audience, yeah. I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan of wrestlers being in the audience. I kind of like the fact they're not showing them too much, and I suppose there is a few cheers and it gives it a little atmosphere, but quick kicks, big strike. Matches, yeah. Wow, this audience is more alive than AEW. NXT, you're blowing it, says Rory. Linda in a cell match. Linda match. I'll watch any Linda. Same here, JS17. I'm all about Linda. Logan McCall says, is the cage match tonight? Nobody. Major question, does MJF make himself kiss his ring this week? Keep it PG, mate. Keep it PG. Is this going to be all of NXT? I think so, Minking. I think so. The rumours were that there was no matches. I think it was Dave Meltzer that said there was no matches for NXT. And it was going to be superstar profiles and video packages and things like that. Which I agree, I think is silly. People tune in to watch wrestling. Jake the Snake at ringside. It's pretty cool, isn't it? MJF being very vocal. I think Orange Cassidy's gone to sleep. Orange Cassidy having a nap. Brilliant. I have to give it to AEW tonight. Even though it's pre-recorded, they are giving us content to devour. Do you know what? I didn't even know it was pre-recorded. It doesn't really make a difference, does it? There's no spoilers out there because there's no crowd to spoil it. So, yeah, it makes no difference. Back elbow by Trent. AEW is filming from my basement. You've got a lovely basement, buddy. Really lovely basement. Fenix down. Pentagón Jr. is desperate to get in. Drop kick. Nice drop kick. Guys, I've just joined the stream. Hello, Jose Cruz. Hope you are well. NXT is having a profile look at Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. I think they're in Full Sail, you know. I'm trying to figure out where they are. I can't quite tell. I can't quite tell where that is, but I feel like it might be Full Sail. So I don't know. I don't know where they've recorded it, but I don't know. It could be a house show. I don't know. I can't quite get my head around where they've recorded it. But they've recorded some interviews with Johnny and Tommaso, and they're just showing us, going through the history of these two and their thoughts and where it all broke apart, and really giving you some really good behind-the-scenes, in-depth information as to, DIY, how it was formed, what they were trying to achieve, what their favourite moments were, how it broke apart, why it broke apart, how they both felt about it. I mean, it's quite interesting stuff, but you got to say, the more exciting stuff's happening on AEW right now, because you've got the Lucha Bros. Stereo kicks to Trent. Pentagón 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out. They are... what, you think that's at the WWE headquarters? Is that where they are? Okay. Interesting. I know that the headquarters moved, didn't they? And they do have studio space, so yeah, I'm guessing you're right. Could be there, yes. They should show all of the online fans on the screens so the wrestlers can see us. Pentagón getting in the face of the ref. Days, is NXT your pick or AEW? I just go for whatever's the best show. Whatever I genuinely think is the best segment at the time. I've got no allegiance, no alliance. If NXT's better, I'm going to tell you it's better. If AEW is better, I'm going to tell you it's better. There's been weeks where both I felt have been better. We've had AEW weeks, we've had NXT weeks. This week, right now, AEW for me. I have to admit, I don't think it's a great look for this match. Orange Cassidy falling asleep. I don't know how great that makes this match look. I don't know how essential, how critical it is that there's a winner here if you've got Orange Cassidy nodding off on commentary, but I get that it fits his character. Lovely work by the Lucha Bros. Brilliant tag team. AEW looks pretty swift like this much than WWE. The wrestlers in the crowd give it a little atmosphere. Come crashing down. That's true. They are cheering. What I like about it, what I like about how AEW are doing the wrestlers in the crowd is they're not focused on them. You're not getting the cameras on them that much. And they're not taking the attention away from the matches. We're going to go to a break. All four are down on the outside. So, some interesting things. We'll obviously still get to stay with the action on Fight. So, if you have gone to commercial break, I can tell you that they're still brawling on the outside. Pentagón getting thrown into the railings. Okay, you see how far them railings move back? Railings like proper moving back because there's no crowd to stop them moving. Orange Cassidy cares. Yes, this is him in full care mode. So, still brawling on the outside. Justin says, I love how AEW are thinking. Giancarlo says, I love AEW. Surprisingly, AEW is entertaining without the fans compared to the way that WWE did it. Well, I think that they've just tried to give you some interesting things to talk about, you know? Like, Brandy. Brandy doing the ring announcing was something that we could, like, talk... Wow, Brandy's doing the announcing. Orange Cassidy goes on to commentary. Wow, Orange Cassidy's on commentary. There's wrestlers around the ring. Wow, there's wrestlers around the ring. And as See Wrestling was saying, they've moved the hard cam so that you're not focused on the wrestler. You're focused at the entrance stage. You're not worried and you can't see the lack of wrestlers. You're just looking straight at the entrance stage. So, again, you know, you've got all these things that they're doing that are just, you know, subtle little things to distract from the fact that there's no crowd compared to WWE that come out and you've got Stone Cold going, say what? And then they show the empty crowd and all the time you can just see empty seats. And yeah, WWE focused on it too much. AEW have spoke about it and that's it. We're moving on. There's no crowd. Deal with it. And I think that's the right approach. And that's absolutely what WWE needs to do for WrestleMania. You need to move on. Forget about it. There's no crowd. Fenix with Trent now. Back in the ring. SCU are in the audience, says Sean. Jim Gore. Shout out to Jim Gore. Love Jim Gore. Says, my latest tweet says, clearly tonight's NXT is showing WWE is all about the effort to make their fans happy. Clearly tonight's NXT is showing the WWE is all about the effort to make their fans happy. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that you appreciate what NXT are doing? I would have preferred matches, if I'm being honest. I think I would struggle to understand why we couldn't have... They've got this TV time. Why are they not able to give us some matches? I don't know. I've been critical of the fact that they've shown us the Royal Rumble and that they've shown us Elimination Chamber. And again, if it is something whereby you're only allowed to have so many people backstage at any one time, why can't you just bring them in, get them to do the match, and then get them to go again, rather than having them stay in one area, or separate them somehow, put them in different parts of the performance center, or, do you know what I mean? Have trailers, several different trailers that you can just put people into, or... we're talking about a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company, you know? I mean, Vince McMahon is a billionaire. I find it hard to believe that AEW can give us this, and NXT can't give us matches. I don't know. I just struggle with that. But if you are enjoying it, more power to you. More power to you. I've always said that they should do more to focus on characters. I probably didn't think they'd give us a 2-hour show on it, though. That was the only difference. I did mean they should give us wrestling at the same time. Trent with a lovely DDT. What's up, Days? How are you? Did you hear that WrestleMania is 2 days? Yes. And also Gronk. Gronk is going to be the host. Looks like they're not doing it in June as we thought. This is true. I think what's happened is Orlando have said, no, you can do it, but it's got to be over 2 days. That's my gut feeling. My gut feeling is they said to Orlando, can we do it? If Orlando had said no, the plan was to postpone. Orlando said yes, but it's got to be across 2 days. Chuck Taylor has got Fenix up. Trent with a cutter. So, best friends doing all right here. Greetings from Hammond, Indiana. Shout out to you, Carmen Live 2. They tried to give the people what they want. Here we go, Lucha Bros. Climbing up. Oh, Orange has woken up from his slumber. Orange is walking over. Just the King of Sloth style. What's he going to do? He's standing right on the edge. Oh, coffin drop. Leap of faith. Chuck Taylor. It's got, is it Pentagón? Oh. Pile driver, 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out. They're having fun. They are having fun. Days, is AEW in an arena? Yes. I don't know because I can't watch. It's in the arena. It's in this Jacksonville place. It's weird. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's attached to a stadium or something. I can't quite tell what it is. What? No, I thought Lucha Bros had won it then, but they haven't. We're still looking at Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Orange, King of Casual Style. Joe says, wonder if there'll be the reveal of the Exalted One. I heard they wanted a pop from the crowd. Apparently they're going to do it. They've been teasing it and promising it, so yes. Apparently it's coming. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lucha Bros with the win. Lucha Bros with the win. You think NXT would want to put up a few matches to compete with AEW for the Wednesday Night Wars? We might get a glimpse. Also, Free the Delete maybe during or after. Why would he do it during? I would feel like that would be a silly thing to do it during AEW. Surely he'll wait till after to do Free the Delete. I think it's going to be Brody Lee. That's my guess. I think the Exalted One will be Brody Lee. And I think Matt will hopefully announce that he's going to... Well, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to announce because surely wherever he was going to go is postponed. I mean, whatever he was going to do is on hold. Right. Orange Cassidy's come over. Days, imagine Demon Linda versus Dead Woman Linda versus Big Red Linda versus Linda Christ. Dream match number 2. Best friends are coming in. Let's see what they've got to say. Best friends are asking for a street fight. In an actual street. Or a parking lot. That would be good. Street fights should be in the street. It's kind of in the name, isn't it? There we go. A challenge has been issued. Best friends want an actual street fight. I like that. Parking lot match, yes. Here we go. Look, Penelope Ford. We were watching her. My God, this is like Penelope Ford week. I was watching her yesterday. Penelope Ford was on that NWA 70 show. And now here she is. Penelope Ford coming out with Kip Sabian. I've still got this as Triple H and Tom Phillips, and it's absolutely not. It's Johnny Gargano. Ciampa. There we go. I don't know who she's facing. Penelope Ford making her way out. Penelope Ford. She's a bad, bad girl. Riho. Here comes Riho. Hello, Rio. Her name is Rio, and she dances on the sand. Don't know why they didn't get the rights to that song. Days, I just realised 3 WWE events in 3 nights. SmackDown, WrestleMania Part 1 and WrestleMania Part 2. Very true. John Mikulicek says, what if Free the Delete is part of the show? I don't know how they would do that. Unless they say, nah, they're not going to want people to... There's no way TNT are going to want you to leave their channel so you can watch Free the Delete. So I don't think so. Unless they're going to include it in the show and then he's going to put it on YouTube at the same time. Maybe. So what? Hey? You're not just a pretty face, are you? Oh, what's happening now? What's this? Chris Statlander's coming out. 4 shows. Raw. Oh, yes, you're right. Wrestling Days fan, you're right. Of course. SmackDown, WrestleMania Part 1, WrestleMania Part 2, and then Raw. Right, Chris Statlander coming down. Is this Trips Threat, is it? Is this a Trips Threat? Versus Chris Statlander. How are they getting around, like, not having 10 people in one space? Statlander is only 24, apparently, according to... Oh, now we've got Hikaru Shida. How many people are in this match? There we go. How long is their TV deal? It's been expanded, hasn't it? I think it was to 2024, is it? I think it was to 2021, and they were so pleased they took it to 2024, I think. Liam Costa says, I'm not sure about NXT. I tuned in for matches, to be honest. If they wanted to do interviews about Johnny and Ciampa, they could have put that on the network. It's true. At least it's not... Yeah, I do understand. It's like one step above showing us a repeat of like a takeover match, isn't it? Because it's basically takeover matches, but just with a few interview bits in between. It's kind of original. It's all right, but for 35 minutes. Not sure if Jacksonville has instituted a limit on gatherings. Okay, cool. Days, did you know that I have seen WWE at Hammond Civic Center in Hammond? I did know that, Carmen, live too, yes. As well as the Allstate Arena. Did you watch on March the 18th? I believe I did. I've been watching every week for a while. Rory says Thunder Rosa is Daisy's Exalted One. Well, worth mentioning that we will be sticking around to watch Miss Rosa's live stream, which is going to be happening after both of these shows finish. Rusty Shackelford, dude, you got to stop doing that. Don't need to keep dropping in those super chats, buddy. Shout out to you, Rusty Shackelford. I'm going to put a thank you, Rusty Shack. I feel like I might as well just keep this on screen permanently. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate the support. Shout out to great friend Rusty Shackelford, who constantly is like in the chat, constantly over at Insiders Podcast, Twitter, in the community chat. He's absolutely everywhere. So shout out to you, dude. Thank you very much for the support, man. Really appreciate it. Genuinely really appreciate it. Breaking news, Will Ospreay has challenged CM Punk to a match at Wrestle Kingdom 15. Will Ospreay was one of the names that CM Punk mentioned, as to, he said a few people that could tempt him to kind of come out of retirement. And I think he mentioned John Cena. I think he mentioned... it was about 3. Cena, someone else, and Will Ospreay. And... yeah, if Will Ospreay's done that, it wouldn't surprise me. Rusty says, you don't tell me what to do. Shout out to you, my friend. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I massively appreciate it. Never tell Rusty what to do. Yes, sorry. Sorry, Mr. Rusty. Sorry, Mr. Shackelford. Mr. 360. Yeah, really cool, man. Thank you so much. JS17 says, Days, my dream match of all time is The Rock versus Austin versus Bret Hart versus Shawn versus Seth versus Dean versus Vince versus Linda for the money in the month contract. There we go. Who would win? Linda. We're at commercial. Oh no, we're back on NXT. I thought it was commercial, but it's a video package again. Over on AEW. That was a bit sloppy. She did not get that. Rio didn't quite get that. Chris Statlander in the middle of the ring, just getting battered here. Nice missile drop kick by Shida. Rio. Penelope Ford going over. Straight to the midsection. Penelope Ford goes down to one knee. Shida looking to do double suplex. She's got him. No. I thought she got it then. Reversed. Penelope Ford and Riho working together there. There's a Shackelford Rebellion. Tell you what, I'd join that faction. I'd join that faction. What? Shackelford Rebellion. That's a sick name, man. Yes, that is a sick name. The Shackelford Rebellion. We should have a faction war, and if we are going to have one, I'm part of the Shackelford Rebellion. Get your factions in. What faction are you going to join? There we go. Insiders, can we start getting some logos together for some of these factions? There we go. Let's get a faction war going. I'm part of Shackelford Rebellion. We've got Kip Sabian trying to help Penelope Ford here on AEW. Rio. Oh, knee to Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian goes down to the outside. Rumour is WrestleMania is going to be in 2 locations. Brilliant. Let's do it. Why not? Mega lols. Let's have it in 5 locations across 2 days. Here we go. 1, 2. Chris Statlander making the save. I feel there is no other time to do this mini documentary than now. We saw Penelope on the NWA last night. We did, Chris. You're absolutely right. Yes. She was in action against Jazz. So, yeah, we did see her. Rio. Statlander's got Rio up on her shoulders. Oh, slams her down onto Shida. Here we go. Penelope trying to springboard. Lovely. Right, that was a reverse Rana. So that Statlander rolls out the ring, though, in all fairness. Springboard against... Oh, but into a drop kick. Drop kick to the spine by Shida, who picks up Penelope forward, plants her down with a Falcon's Arrow. 2. Kick out. Woo! Look at that. They've got some food. They've got some lovely chicken, a little bit of corn. Looks like the concession stand's open. Why did they open the concession stand? Shida with the win. What a win for Shida. Hikaru Shida. The deadbeat wolf faction. Days, are we still going to get the Adam Cole celebration? I don't believe so. I think it was cancelled. So, Hikaru Shida with the win. Rio laughing at Kip Sabian. Yeah, good work. Good work by Shida. Rumour has it the Exalted One is Ted. Days, get a Brock Lesnar haircut. Dye your hair pink and get a Rowan beard. Maybe tomorrow. What a flawless match. I wouldn't say it was flawless. There was a few botches in there, but I'm not going to be critical. There's no crowd. They're giving us matches. They're giving us action. We got Tony with NWA former champion Colt Cabana. Boom, boom. He says he's watching, he's scouting. He's the Bruce Springsteen of AEW. He says they're paying me to be here to watch this show. I'm being paid. It's true. They're paid. Look, AEW are paying their audience. I've got proof. They're paying for their audience. Oh, hello. Kip Sabian's come over. He pushes Colt. The Wolfpack Rebellion. That's nice. Here we go. There's a bit of a to-do. Days Thunder Rosa stream is about to start. What? It's starting now. Is it? Okay, we're at commercial break on NXT. What's that? All wolf factions have fleas. Days, this NXT is so bad, I think I'm going to have to get a whiskey and get drunk just so I can get through it. AEW's been fun. AEW has actually just gone to a graphic on Fight, so I don't think they've done that before. We've just got a graphic. I suppose they've got nothing to show us apart from an empty ring. Dark Order controls the TP. Days, are we still going to get Adam Cole's celebration? No. Joseph says, I hate the promo. What is your favourite Wednesday night? Well, this week it would be AEW. I don't think there's much competition. It's been 44 minutes of a Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa video package with some interview stuff in there as well. So, Days, I've got your chicken, your washing machine, pasta, toilet paper, And all 10,000 of your Linda McMahons. Wow, I definitely want those back. The Exalted One is going to be Holly Dead. Well, there we go. Days, I have your chicken. I read that. Sacrificial Wolves faction. Hello, Men One Cool. Hope you are cool. Okay, so we haven't found out. If you are just joining us, we're about 15 minutes away from the halfway point. NXT has just been clips of things we've seen before. There's nothing to tell you about. People that are watching it are struggling, and I do think it's a bit disappointing. I do like the fact that they're giving us some backstory. I'm going to give them credit for trying to give us some kind of original content, but I think you've only got to look at what AEW has been able to achieve tonight to see that they could have gone about it a different way. So it is what it is. I think AEW hasn't been perfect tonight. I think the matches have been all right. Not really anything out the ordinary. I think that they've given us a show, though, so they'll get no criticisms from me. Like I said, that last women's match had a few botches in it. Again, who cares? Who cares? There's no crowd. It's a weird situation. The whole thing is so strange that for them to even be able to give us a show should be applauded. So, well done to AEW, and, WWE are trying. They're trying. Rusty Shackleford says, "You're not the boss of me." I never claimed I was, Rusty. If anything, I said I was going to join your faction. Days Linda McMahon is stripping in your garden. Here we go. Here we go. It's alright, I've got cameras in my garden in case there's intruders, so the whole thing will be recorded. I'll have it on Twitter within the next hour. Moneybags, Rusty. Yeah, Rusty. I'm not going to tell you to stop because I've been told not to tell you to stop, but I don't know. There's nothing I can say, Rusty. Thank you. That's all I can say. And if you are going to start a faction, I would like to join. Right, we are back with AEW. AEW. Days, I'm in Scotland and I've been watching for 3 years. Shout out to Vince McMahon's nuts smell like money. Here come the money! That's taken on a new meaning, hasn't it? Here come the money! Money, 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 money. So when Shane's music is Here Comes the Money, it's actually Here Comes Vince McMahon's nuts. Alright, at least they are trying. Rusty. We got Jon Moxley outside in an empty parking lot. When Blood and Guts happens, we don't know when, but when it happens. Days and Insiders, I tweeted you guys a picture of my wrist cast. Yeah, got me 2 days. Shout out to you, William. Days. People complained about matches in WWE without fans. AEW does it, and people love it. I don't know of anyone that complained about the matches without fans, buddy. There was no complaints from me. I don't think there was complaints from anyone here, so I don't know. I actually saw people praising it, the fact that they were trying to give us matches, so I haven't seen any complaints, bud. Butcher and Blade. No bunny. The bunny's gone. The bunny was sacrificed. We've got Jake the Snake, MJF. Who are they taking on again? I can't remember. Is it Jurassic Express? Yes. Yes. Jurassic Express, baby. There we go. Shout out to Juggalo. Days, you are Mr. Steele, Vince McMahon's wife. I'd stick with Days. Talking about pasta. Who's talking about pasta? I went to the supermarkets and there's no pasta anywhere. Oh my god. We've got a pasta shortage here in the UK. Wow, that firework just missed Jungle Boy. Well, look, we got Butcher and Blade on the outside. No Marko Stunt. I can only imagine that he's gone out on a date with the bunny because there's no bunny and there's no Marko Stunt. So I think it's fair to start some rumours about them being in a relationship. So we got Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus against Butcher and the Blade. Hello, Brian Coleman. Hope you are well. K.O. White says, can I get a shout out? Done. Days, what is your real name? Linda McMahon. Min King says, Gargano's mom was smiling when he got thrown into the ring post. Well, maybe she's got a secret crush on Ciampa. In honor of Death Triangle, I would like to call my faction Firm Handshake Circle. I can't join that because right now in the current climate, we can't have firm handshakes. We should be the social distancing circle. That's what we need to be. The social distancing circle. The waving from a distant circle. I can't abide firm handshakes. I'm sorry. Shaq Lee. Shout out to you. Shaq Lee is new. So, there we go. That was really bad. Thank you. The mint soap. The mint soap mafia. The mint soap mafia. That's what we need to be. I know. Oh, that's a shame. I know that Thunder Rosa's stream starting in 8 minutes. She's starting earlier this week by the looks of it. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to stick around and watch her stream because it's not at the same time as it was. Which is a real shame because I think we, our little community, I think they help with her watch time. And, she's very close to getting monetized and everything. So that's a shame. We could have gone over as the Mint Soap Mafia. Days, I hope that WWE give us some sort of special stage. Yeah, I want the whole performance center to be full. Nothing but a stage. Just one massive stage. So big the ring's got to be smaller. 53 minutes they've been looking at the history between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. I've been watching for a while. I just subbed. Who do you think's going to lead to the Dark Order? Says IDC. What? You think? I've gone Brody Lee. You can get your predictions in. I know we're talking about several different things, but get your predictions in as to who you think. I should imagine most people think Brody Lee. He is far and away the front runner. I don't know if I like Jake the Snake sitting out there, to be honest. I feel like Jake the Snake kind of operates in the shadows. I feel like Jake the Snake is someone that, do you know what I mean? He's kind of dark and mysterious, does what he wants. I don't like the fact that AEW have told him to sit at ringside and he's doing it. Don't know. Why can't WrestleMania ring be pirate ship shaped? That's a good point. You know, like how you can get beds that are like in the shape of a racing car. Why can't we have a ring in the shape of a pirate ship? Why can't it be a pirate ship with the ring in it? You're absolutely right. They need to think outside the box. Brody Lee. It's going to be days, says Vince McMahon's nuts smell like money. Jim Cornette. You really think Jim Cornette? I can't see it. I really can't see it. Hornswoggle, says Vape Ross Vape. Brody Lee, says Big Boy Jose. Days, what if Linda is the Exalted One? That'd be insane. That would be some big news. If Linda McMahon comes out. It was me all along. That would be huge. I'm not gonna lie, I would be very excited. I'm gonna throw it out there. If it turns out that Vince McMahon's wife is the Exalted One, I will be very excited. Joe Mikulicek says the shackled by social distance society, the SSDS. There we go. The SSDS, shackled by social distance society. Dej, you see The Rock in person? I did. I've never seen The Rock in person, though. Dej, I know who stole all the toilet paper and pasta. It was Linda McMahon. Tell you what, she's up to a lot these days, isn't she, old Linda? Do you think they should get the talent not used to sit in the crowd as fans for WrestleMania? No. I'm not. It depends how they do it. I don't like having wrestlers in the crowd because I think it can distract from the action, from the matches. Plus also the point I just made about Jake the Snake. I feel like he is, he does what he wants. Same with MJF in a way. But they've been very clever with MJF. Like, why? MJF's got a big issue with Cody and he does what he wants. Why is he going to sit at ringside? Yeah, just because AEW have told him to. Doesn't make any sense. But they've been very clever. He's actually betting on the matches with Shawn Spears, so it gives a reason as to why he's there. There's just little bits of psychology that are absolutely brilliant. I don't like the Jake the Snake one. I would like an interview with Jake. I would like Tony to interview Jake. I'd like to know why he's sitting there. If he turns around and says, I'm scouting out the talent, I'm trying to get used to everyone, perfect. Lovely. Thank you. That'll do. That's all I need. We've had a little chat with Colt Cabana as well, and, that kind of led to a little summit. And as C Wrestling pointed out, the hard cam's looking at the stage and not at the audience. They don't keep cutting to the audience. The lights are quite low. They're at a nice distance away. So the way they've presented it has actually been very good. My concern would be if WWE did it, you'd have New Day in the front row and you'd have all these people in the front row. They'd be very obvious. You'd see them all throughout the matches. They'd be very distracting. And I've got no confidence that WWE could present it as well, if I'm being honest. I've got no confidence. Maybe NXT could. People in the chat are saying that NXT is just a documentary tonight. I can't believe how bad it is. That's what people are saying in the AEW chat. The Society of Isolation faction. It's going to be Enzo, says Toy Bandit. I hope it's not Enzo. Pat Regan says AEW is awesome. Angel Rios, thank you very much, my friend. Really appreciate the support. Genuinely do. Days, my TV just lost connection. Now I can't watch AEW or NXT. Well, I wouldn't worry so much about NXT. AEW at the moment, we've got Jungle Boy in there with the Blade. And the Blade is booting away at Jungle Boy in the corner at the moment. Again, if you are watching, hit the subscribe. Make sure that you join us. We're going to be delivering watch-alongs for whatever's going to be coming. Obviously, SmackDown seems like it's going to be a big deal this week because they're really going to go into detail about the 2-day WrestleMania. So we might get some information about WrestleMania. How it's going to look, how it's going to feel, what matches are going to main event. I don't know what we're going to get, but apparently more details will be on SmackDown. Kick out by Jungle Boy, and we're almost at the halfway point. Dave, who's Dave? Days Raven is the Exalted One. Rusty Shackleford, shout out to you, buddy, says, last week I asked Thunder Rosa to have a strap match in a cage with Linda. Also, I'll do whatever I want. That's true. Thinking about it, it might be questions like that have now resulted in Thunder Rosa changing the time. I wonder if the reason that she's not going to do it after these shows is because she was being asked, what her favourite item from Bed Bath & Beyond was. She was being asked, would she face Linda McMahon in a cage match? Do you think she's probably looked at it and gone, I don't need this in my life. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm actually the current NWA Women's Champion. And we're gonna have to change the time that we stream. Money bags, right? Yeah, you. Oh, Shackleford, stop it. Thunder Road, yes, I know. Chalmers, I know. What about putting NXT talent in the crowd, like up and coming stars that we don't know yet? Yeah, as long as they're gonna act like normal crowd. But saying that, I don't think you can, because the whole reason why there's not a crowd is because you've got to limit the amount of people in one space at one time. So you're not doing that if you put in your own crowd. Do you know what I mean? So I actually don't know. Even this crowd here, you've got, say, 10 people one side, 10 people the other. It's not a... I don't think AEW have got, like, loads of their talent. It's just... I don't even know if it's 10 people each side. Luchasaurus in the middle of the ring with the blade. I feel like after last week's NXT episode, this is a breather. NXT 5, AEW 2. You prefer what NXT are doing this week? Days, I met Linda. I mentioned you. She laughed. Amazing. Thank you. I've had enough of NXT. I'm going to turn it off. The Exalted One. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet. We're still waiting. I will get your scores in a second. We always do it at the halfway point. We're just going to wait for this match to finish. We've got the Butcher face-to-face with Luchasaurus. No backing down by the Butcher. Charged forward. Forearm strikes being exchanged. Big chop by the Butcher. And again and again. Big slap. Butcher doing some lovely work here. He's managed to overpower and back up Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus, though, with a kick to the side. Nice. Days, let's do it one time for Rusty. Moneybag Rust. Moneybag Rust. What, is that the nickname that you're giving him? Moneybags Rust? Thunder Rosa called you out on a podcast. Well, what do you want me to do? Do you know what I mean? What am I meant to do? Thunder just said after the travel ban, she's going to go to see you and beat you up. Wow. I don't want to say that she's scared, but doing it, you know, saying these things at the same time that I'm streaming rather than waiting for me to be able to watch is a little bit sneaky, do we not think? Hey, Mint Soap Mafia, what do you think? Just off the top of my head, I'm just thinking it's a little bit sneaky. Do you know what I mean? I don't do things like that. If I've got something to say to Thunder Rosa, I go right to her and I say it to her face. AEW sucks. Jurassic Express have picked up the victory. Right, get your scores in. If you do leave me to go and watch the Thunder Rosa stream, I will forgive you. I will still love you, so I want you to know that it's okay. But you are not allowed to leave for any other reason, okay? So, you are allowed to leave, but only for that reason. Your boy says, don't worry, Days, I've got your back. Well, look, let her talk about... She wants to talk about her career, and she's got, you know, obviously, a lot of fans that want to talk to her about her career, so let's not go bullying her. Let's not fall into that trap of being cyberbullies. Holidead is amazing. I agree. She looks very, very cool. I've been watching some of her matches, actually, out of fear, and I've been very impressed. We're up to the point... Oh, get your scores in. Get your scores in, by the way. Get your scores in. She said that over the Holidead... She said that all over the Holidead stuff. Get your scores in for AEW and NXT. Rusty does as he pleases. We've definitely got that message, Rusty. Everyone in the chat, everyone in the Mint Soap Mafia, 100% know that you do as you please. Get your healthy dose of vitamin C with Orange Cassidy. AEW 10, NXT 4 for the minimum effort to put a show on, says Jim Gore. Sean Reset says NXT 7, AEW 7. Ooh. C Wrestling says AEW 10, NXT 2.5. Men One Cool says NXT 4, AEW 1. Darov says AEW sucks all night long. Joe says AEW 8, NXT 3. NXT is 0 by Sunny Wolf. Lee says AEW 6.25, NXT 6. So Lee, you only think AEW is just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. AEW, get your healthy dose, yep, of vitamin C. NXT is a 7, says John Cena Gamer 0809. I think we're at commercial break for AEW at the moment. They're just showing us shots of the crowd. There's Sonny Kiss. I was going to say Sonny Wolf. I was going to say there's Sonny Wolf, but it's not. It's Sonny Kiss. J14 says AEW 8, NXT poop. The Insiders Wrestling Podcast says NXT 4, AEW 6. I feel like that carries quite a bit of weight behind it. Can someone do me a favour, right? Don't mention me, but can someone ask what it was like to work on Grimm's Toy Show? Ask Thunder Rosa that question. Don't mention me, but it's genuinely, if I was going to be watching her stream, I would ask that question, because I do feel that Grimm is quite an interesting YouTube personality. He's got a very big channel, over 1 million subscribers. Obviously, he's got his own wrestling promotion, GTS Wrestling. And one of her earliest appearances, I believe, came on that show. And I do think it'd be quite interesting to know what it would be like. Like, behind the scenes, and, you know, how long was she there for? Was it cool? Did she enjoy it? I don't actually know what she did when she was there, but yeah, if I was going to ask her something, I'd ask her about that. Right, the Dark Order are here. Allegedly. Rusty says, I got you, fam. It's a very, I don't know of many wrestlers that have been there. Do you know who has been on Grimm's Toy Show? MJF. I saw a picture of him on Grimm's Toy Show. How amazing is that? Right, is this Exalted One time? The Exalted One is near. Hang on. Dark. So, Evil Uno says, I've promised them the arrival. I promised you the arrival. Yes. Evil Uno never lies. Can call him many things, but don't call him a liar. That's nice. He cares about us. Together, we are. Just give us it. Give us the answer. The Exalted One is. The Exalted One. Yeah, they're gonna say stop. They're gonna make out that he's not here. AJ Parker, I'm about to start working from home. The coronavirus struggle is real. The Days Wrestling community, let's check in right now. Let everyone else know how you are doing. Shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to you. Thank you for the donation. Didn't need to do that, bud. Here we go. Let's see. This is really interesting because they're saying that you talk about making people better, but you haven't made anyone better. Anyone you've given masks to are still the same. And he says, you've lied about the Exalted One. Kazarian. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go! Ah! We got a graphic! Here we go. I think it is, bro. That looks like Brody Lee to me. That looks like Brody Lee! I'm definitely getting Luke Harper vibes. It's what is it, like a white jacket? We do what we want, when we want, so there is an Exalted One. Oh, I can't tell, actually. Although, in all fairness, we didn't hear Brody Lee that much in WWE. Is it Matt Hardy? I don't know now. I'm questioning myself. Ah! Brody Lee! Brody Lee! Brody Lee is the Exalted One! We never really heard him speak before. White jacket. The hood is removed. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. The Exalted One is here! Brody Lee, Luke Harper arrives in AEW. I'm going to take this time to formally introduce myself. My name is Brody Lee. And I am the Exalted One. Yes! That is huge! I absolutely love him as well. He never... And he's in the ring! He's in the ring! Big boot! Big boot to Daniels! What? Here we go, the Exalted One. Lovely. Discus lariat by Brody Lee. And he stands in the middle of the ring with the Dark Order behind him. Huge. Huge. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. The weaker brother of the Fiend. I always felt that he was overlooked. I couldn't tell. I could not tell. JR says, what does this mean for AEW? It means that you've just won the ratings tonight. That's what it means. It means everyone's going to be talking about you. Christopher Daniels wasn't a believer. Evil Uno looks like a Poundland version of the Masked Magician. Yes. I can vibe with that. That's huge, man. That is huge news. It's what we thought. I think it's what most people had called. He is. It's brilliant. They did that so well. It was great. This changes things. Luke Harper. I don't think anyone's watching NXT. No, I'd imagine even Triple H has got AEW on right now. Just imagine everyone's backstage going, whoa, have you seen what they've just done? Wow. The pop he would have got in New York, where he's from, if they didn't have to move the show. Yeah, shame. It is a shame. That would have got a big reaction. But they promised it. He's still going to get a great reaction whenever he's in front of a crowd. But you just can't put it off, can you? Because you don't know when it's going to happen. There we go. Sean Reset says, I called it months ago. Brody is going to be a future AEW champion. Yeah, the rest. I like this. This is a very clever way of using the wrestlers at ringside because they look very concerned. MJF's like, no, don't look. He's got a bottle of wine and there's a lot of concern on their faces. Again, another example as to how AEW are using the talent at ringside very, very well. Very, very... Well, you know the rest of it. Luke Harper, Jon Moxley. Days, did you hear that Mania's going to be in 2 locations? Yeah, it's going to be in 2 locations over 2 different nights, but apparently it's still going to be just 1 match. So there we go. It's going to be a crazy. AEW pulling it out of the bag. Saving our Wednesday nights. So there we go, big reveal. That was billed for a long, long time, and I've got to be honest, I'm so excited for Luke Harper to have that opportunity. Give me a sec. That's big news, man. So we're at commercial break for AEW. We're, I think, at commercial break for WWE. I honestly don't know. Here we go. I said they should do an interview with Jake, and that's exactly what we've got. Who's Luke Harper again? Beard. You're welcome. He's not here to talk. He could be like a really great godfather, couldn't he, Jake the Snake? He's not here to talk. We give you a little bit of respect, and you need to give us a little bit of respect. Hey, yeah? Do you realize I'm a Hall of Famer? It's great promo, meaning. He's a great promo. Did Luke Harper almost hit Sister Abigail? He kind of had it in position, didn't he? Yeah. That would have been amazing. We're getting a Jake the Snake promo right now. We will not have that. What you did to my daughter. Shut me up if you can, I'm telling you. What a promo from Jake the Snake. The man has got it. Dark Order. I think Matt to be woken. I think Matt goes to AEW, but I never thought that they would put the baggage of the Dark Order onto him. You know, he's going to do his own thing. He's going to do his own thing. You had your chance to meet this straight on. I'm scared. Think about it. I will get your attention. Horrific. Terrifying. I will get your attention. Right, we are at commercial break on NXT, and what the hell is this little advert? What's this? What is this? What is this little carny thing that I'm watching? It's a little vignette about Jake. This is mental. It's just a ring in a field. Try or die. This is very Jake the Snake. I totally believe this is what happens around his place. I should imagine this is pretty much a Wednesday night. Big chop by Archer. Oh, take that. Take that. Try or die. Try or die. Try or die. Big boot by Archer. So we're kind of watching an Archer match in a way as he's beating up random jobbers that are all surrounding the ring at Jake the Snake's compound. Random, but really fun. This is awesome. It's good. I really like it. I think AEW is doing a brilliant job this week. I don't see what the issue is. I'm a WWE fan, but I don't see the issue. Archer stomping away on this clothesline. I tell you, I'm loving the slow-mos as well. When there's like a big clothesline or anything, or a big back body drop, they really slow it down. Over on NXT, we've moved on from Johnny. We're now taking a look at Finn Balor. In fact, he's taken out everyone. Everyone's down. And it says Caesar. There's a picture of Cody and it says Caesar. So Lance Archer has single-handedly destroyed around about 20 jobbers that were around a ring. And there's one more jobber. What a silly Billy. This is Silly Billy. That's who this guy is. Silly Billy is here. Gets slammed onto the bonnet of a car. If that's Jake's car, he is not going to be happy. So they're just going to tell us about what we're going to get in the future on Dynamite. Wardlow is taking on Luchasaurus in a lumberjack match. That'll be good. Yeah, the parking lot match coming up as well. So we've got Lucha Bros against Best Friends coming up. Nick Jackson out with internal injuries. All right, let me jump over to the chat. Smart use of gimmick matches. That was awesome. Matt Hardy's Free the Delete has confirmed that Matt's new character is a cannibalist. Okay. Brody Lee is the Exalted One. Yep. Awesome vignette, says Nathaniel. Are you feeling the Finn promo, Robin? I do need to change this over. I think easily the big talking point is the Exalted One. Finn Balor promo. Right, Inner Circle are making their way down. Wow, this is they're doing a really good job. This is flying. We've now got Inner Circle. I don't think Jericho's there though. I think did she just say that the time limit is whatever TV time is remaining? Is that a thing? The time limit is whatever long we've got. We don't know. Time limit is 36 minutes. Is that a thing? Can they do that? Why not? Do what you want. I think Brody Lee is blowing up on Twitter. Yeah, well, he will, won't he? Of course he will. Of course he will. It's massive news. Massive, massive news. So, yeah, apparently this is going to be our main event. Can the Elite regroup? I wonder if we'll get another shock. I wonder if we'll get something else. Sammy's got cue cards, so he must be in picture at the moment. Over on NXT, it's Finn Balor story about, you know, the journey has been on winning that United States Universal Championship. And, yeah, basically the journey that he's been on. They're talking about winning this match and getting the upper hand for Blood and Guts with the number advantage. The best. WrestleMania Part 1 should be Raw and begin with half the NXT Women's Champ match. Part 2 should be SmackDown. How would... Conlon says, how would Brody Lee, Jon Moxley... Who would win out of Brody Lee, Jon Moxley and Jeff Hardy? Well, depends what promotion, buddy. I mean, if it's gonna be an AEW, then... yeah, we're gonna see Brody winning. I can't see Brody losing anytime soon, and I really hope he doesn't lose anytime soon. I think what's exciting is I think you know that they're gonna book him well. They're gonna treat him well. I don't see Brody getting buried. I don't see him getting any bad pushes or anything like that. I think he's gonna be pushed. I can see him being an AEW champ. I really can. He's a heel. We've got Moxley as champ at the moment. If Jericho goes away, you know, they could really be positioning Brody Lee come the end of the year. End of the year, you could easily see Brody going after that AEW championship. I think they're going to get the better of SCU first, then maybe move on to another feud, and then come the end of the year, Brody's going to be well in the mix. So, yeah, very interesting. And here's Jericho. I didn't think Jericho was there, to be honest. But Jericho making his way down. The former Le Champion, although he still likes to be referred to as Le Champion. He'll always be the first ever. So, Jericho making his way out. Jericho's here. Hardy is better than Luke Harper. Brody Lee won't be booked the way Spears has been in AEW. Thunder Rose is live. I know, buddy. Yeah, she started earlier. WrestleMania should fade away and class itself as obsolete. Luke's going to mow down the AEW roster, says Toy Bandit. Sammy is great. He is singing along, yeah. He's loving it. Sammy is singing along. Jericho, I think, going over to the commentary area. Hopefully he can stay awake a little bit longer than... Here we go. Here we go. Absolutely loving it. So, Jericho on commentary, which should be a lot of fun. MJF having a word, saying, can you, tone it down a little bit? Can you maybe cut it out? Days, are you going to watch the Thunder Rosa stream after it ends? Well, I mean, I will, yeah. I'm very interested to know about her career and her thoughts on different parts of her career, and genuinely, it was something that I was interested in watching, so yeah, I definitely will. I don't know if we'll stream it, though. I think people kind of enjoy having input into it, so if it's already been live, I don't know. Might not. I don't know if it'll work for people or not, I don't know. Plus, I think a good chunk of people are maybe already watching it. I don't know. Anyway, Cody and Arn are coming out. He likes to be called Luke. I have a question, says Rachel. I'm going to a WWE event. Will it be cancelled on April 17th? I mean, look, we know up to WrestleMania is going to be at the Performance Center. It depends how the coronavirus is. You know, the second they say that you can start having gatherings again, WWE are going to be amongst one of the first to do it. I think WWE were the first to have a big gathering, a big event after 9/11. So, not that they put it on specially. I think it was timing, but yeah, nothing stops them. WWE is like the cockroach of the sporting world. It takes a lot to stop it and put it down, and you're just not gonna. So, yeah, I would keep those fingers crossed, my friend, because there's no news on it yet. Al says, I thought Fozzy was on tour, but that tour's going to get cancelled. That's true, actually. They probably didn't need to take this title off him, did they? They probably didn't need to take the title away. I think they only took the title away because he was going to be going on tour. But you're absolutely right. That tour's probably cancelled now. Nick Jackson can't travel. Here comes Hangman Page. Obviously, there's still little teases that there's going to be a split. Hangman coming out. So, the graphic says he's been social distancing since November. That's what his graphic said. He's been social distancing since November. NXT is not even a real show. I think it's been disappointing. WWE is way better than AEW. Just admit, y'all, stop making AEW relevant. I don't know why you're so upset. We've got NXT are giving us something that could have gone onto the network. I'm not going to be too critical because at least they've put something together, a highlights package together, but there's no matches or anything like that. There's nothing. It's not a show compared to what AEW have given us this week. Michael says, I have a question. Is WWE still doing WrestleMania? Yes, my friend. And amazingly, it's going to be coming from the Performance Center across 2 days and maybe even in 2 cities. Right, we've got 27 minutes. This is our main event. So, it's Cody, Hangman, and Matt Jackson taking on Jake Hager. The fans are screaming for the t-shirt. And he throws it to Brandy. There we go. Brandy getting the shirt. That's favoritism, that is. Let's go down. Breaking news, WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights. Yes, it will be unfair to compare AEW to NXT this week. Can't compare a wrestling show to a documentary, but I will say that AEW was good for what they have accomplished. Days Rosa answered the question. She said it was a lot of fun. Okay, cool. Thank you. There we go. The Young Bucks are overrated, in my opinion. 0 out of 10 for AEW because I didn't watch it, says Wrestling Days fan. WWE fans are mad. I don't think anyone's mad. I don't think there's any need for anyone to be mad in this current world. You know, both you know that NXT are going to do the best they can, and AEW are doing the best they can. I think if you was to watch one show this week, I would recommend it be AEW. I think makes a lot of sense with the Exalted One being revealed and some actual matches, and I think they've done more to give us talking points. I think that's my problem. There's not talking points coming out of NXT. Like, NXT is something you can watch and go, yeah, that's cool. I get the history. I understand where we're going. But as a wrestling fan that watches each week, I know that anyway. With this, we've had wrestlers at ringside, future matches being made, guest commentators. We've had Exalted One revealed. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can just go through a list of things that they've given us. So that's why I'd be recommending AEW this week. Days, I watched a formerly known as for Luke. So the moment he started talking, I recognised it. Oh, okay. And I loved him in WWE. Shout out to you, Godzilla Artist. Yeah, I mean, you was here when we were reacting to it and talking about it. My first reaction was, that looks like Brody Lee. The size of him looked like Brody Lee. I was like, that's Brody Lee. That's Luke Harper. And then he started talking. I was like, I don't know, because I don't know what he sounds like. We never heard him. And then I started going, is that Matt Hardy? Is that Matt Hardy? Doesn't look like Matt Hardy, but I can hear a little bit of Matt Hardy in there. And then, Brody Lee. Brilliant. Really good. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it. We got about 20 minutes to go. Hangman in. Obviously, we know that Hangman's been drinking all day. Jericho claiming that the Elite constantly cheat. Days, I'm working on a WWE figure. I will email you once it's done. Adam, hand wash page. I like that. Full Metal Anvith. Yes. Hand wash page. Brody Lee is severely underrated. Hope he gets chance to shine in AEW. William says the virus is messing everything up. Yeah. There's a lot of frustration out there, which I do understand. We're just going to have to bear with it for a little while, you know? And just make the best of what we've got. Guys, is NXT on the network? It's on the... No, it's not on the network. It's on BT Sport here in the UK. Used to be on the network. It goes on, I think, 24 hours, maybe 48 hours later. Clothesline by Hangman. Hangman in there with Santana at the moment. Days, you should listen to Blinding Lights. I've heard it. They play it during the WrestleMania promos. It's really good. I really like it. But I like the weekend anyway. So Hangman with a 2 count. We go back to the studio with Triple H and Tom Phillips. What now? Commercial break. That's what now. Commercial break. Cody on the outside. Commercial break for NXT. Hey, Days, did you see Billy Gunn and his son? I saw Elizabeth. I saw Billy Gunn. I didn't see his son. But I did see there was someone next to him. I didn't notice. The moment I saw it, I was like, oh look, Billy Gunn. But that was all I noticed. Killer Cross should end the show, says Robin813. AEW is going to crush the ratings. They absolutely will, yes. I think WWE probably know that as well. Shout out to you, Walid. Hope you are well. I want to see Joe Coffey versus Finn Balor. That would be excellent. Lenny says, I'm so glad I didn't buy tickets for AEW. Looks like it's going to be a fanless show. WWE is Wendy's. AEW is a steakhouse. Joshua says, did you see the rumor that NXT won't really happen? It's just WWE's attempt to show their insurance company. What do you mean WrestleMania? That WrestleMania won't really happen? Yes, I did hear that. But I am very interested in tonight's news about the fact it's going to be across 2 days and maybe even in 2 different places. Kenny trying to chase Sammy away. Kenny coming down and checking on Cody. Daniel Bryan don't want to be full-time anymore. Is that true, your boy? Where is AEW and their fans? They're in Jacksonville and they can't have fans because you're not allowed crowds of more than X amount of people. I think, is it 50? I think it was 50. Not allowed more than 50 people in one place. Did you hear Hall of Fame could be moved to SummerSlam? Yes. The British Bulldog's daughter tweeting that out, saying that she'd actually spoken to WWE and they had given her that news. Which I think is fine. I think that makes a lot of sense for the Bulldog. Jericho says he hates Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy in the front row. Wearing sunglasses at night. As Jericho wears glasses. Hello, Cole Miller. Hope you're well. I have a question. Do you prefer WWE or AEW? I mean, I'm a WWE fan because I've grown up with it and I can't imagine life without it. So if I'm forced to choose, I'd be choosing WWE because AEW's only been around for a minute. But when I watch the shows, I'm very honest as to what I think is the better segment, the better show. And I think AEW's been the better show tonight. Little graphic saying we're 18 days away from WrestleMania. As we go back to that CGI studio with Tom Phillips and Triple H. Rusty Shackelford. I'm pretty sure Thunder Rosa is about to get me into trouble with Holidead soon. What are you doing? Did you not see what happened to me and not learn from it? You do not want to be getting the wrong side of Holidead. Otherwise, you'll be receiving pictures of a woman with a knife. Looking very menacing, threatening to come and find you. It's not a life that you want to live, my friend. Thunder Rosa wants you to send her husband, Brian, a manly organic soap that smells very good. Her and Holidead have got plans for you after the travel ban is lifted. Don't mention me at all. Don't mention me. Don't mention me at all. I've already got in enough trouble. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even there. I'm not even there. I'm not even over there. And I'm getting into trouble. Can everyone just acknowledge how much of a cherub I am? All I've done is sit here and I said, would someone mind asking Mrs. Thunder Rosa just one question for me, please? I think it'd be very interesting to find out a little bit about GTS because it's obviously a promotion I don't know much about. It's Grimm's Toy Show, and I just think it'd be quite interesting. That's all I've done. And now I'm getting beef. Rusty is out of control. Well, if Rusty, no one puts Rusty in the corner. No, into the railings goes Cody. Now we're focused on Rhea Ripley. We got a little Rhea Ripley segment. Here we go. Rhea Ripley. weird seeing her when she first came in and she was a face. And she's got, like, brightly coloured ring attire. And she hadn't quite found herself, had she? 2 minutes after Lee was revealed as the Exalted One, Matt Hardy posted Free the Delete. Damascus is here. Broken Woken Matt is back. Days, be honest, any chance Wyatt loses to Cena? I would think not. But then I didn't think that Wyatt was going to lose to Goldberg. So what do I know? I'm pretty sure as the Fiend was coming down, I'm pretty sure I uttered the words, "Don't worry, guys. There's no way he loses." I think, do you know what I mean? That is definitely going into my best of video for 2020. Guys, there's no chance he loses this. Fast forward 5 minutes later. Tears running down our faces. So don't ask me. Because clearly I know diddly. She looked good with long hair. I think she looks better here with her shorter hair. And they're probably going to show you the moment she became NXT Women's Champion in Birmingham. And Shaboy was there. I was there when that happened. There I am. I wonder if I can see me in the background somewhere. 'Cause I am on the hard cam side. Or the side that you can see. I'm over to the left, right at the back, but I doubt it. I'll have to see if I can find a picture and find myself. We're talking about people finding themselves. I need to go and find myself as well. Over on AEW, we've got Cody in there in a bit of trouble against Jake Hager at the moment. Days, you are a legend. So are you. So are you, Michael. Stay strong. Days, did you see Brody Lee lean into the Sister Abigail? Yeah. Yeah, he teased it. Oh, he should have hit it and called it the Mother Mary, shouldn't he? He's teasing a Sister Abigail, done it, and screamed out, Mother Mary. Come to me. What's that song from? Mother Mary. What? Oh, it's a Beatles song. Is it Hey Jude? Where's that song from? Oh, I'm going to have to Google it. Mother Mary.